Hi dear viewers, welcome to Display Repair. Here's a couple of checks you can do on your own if the AC system is not working. So before you visit a mechanic or a shop that repairs car AC systems, try doing this. It may give you a good idea of what's wrong, or it may, if you're lucky, even solve the problem. So stay tuned. Display Repair. First, if there is a weak airflow from the vents, even when you turn it on to full power, the first thing you should check is the cabin air filter. In case of the Skoda, it's located behind the center console inside of the co-driver's footwell. The usual location for most cars is either that same place, it may be behind the glove box, or there may be a compartment in the engine bay. In any case, take a look at your car's manual, and if you see that the cabin filter is clogged, dirty, if you haven't changed it for a long time, I would highly recommend to change it. Buy a new one. It's not expensive, and on most cars you can change it on your own. Especially check the cabin filter if, again, you turn on the AC system to maximum and you hear the blower working at full capacity, but you get only a weak airflow. Okay, in this case the blower is working properly, but the air from the blower can't reach the vents because of the clogged filter. Another common problem is that there is no air coming from the vents. So when you turn on the blower, nothing happens. You can't hear it working, there is no air, so you get a situation like this one. Nothing. In that case, the first thing you can check, and very simple to do, is to check the fuses. Take a look at your car's manual, see where all the fuse boxes are located, and take a look at the fuse that's dedicated to the blower and to the AC system. Changing the fuse is very simple to do. We've also made a video specifically on this topic. You can do it in a matter of minutes and it can solve the problem. But even if you do change the fuse, monitor, will it burn out again? And if it does, then you have to inspect for a more serious problem. Next common problem is a bad smell within the passenger cabin. Usually it's sort of a sour, moldy smell. If you experience this, again, check the cabin filter. That's the most common reason for these kinds of problems. But also, I would highly recommend to disinfect the whole system because of moisture within the system, because of changes in temperature, layers of mold and fungi, if I'm using the right expression, build up inside the tubes and ducts of the ventilation system, and these can cause the unpleasant smell. You can do the disinfection of the system on your own with sprays for this, or you can go to a shop and they can do this for you, which I highly recommend. Next, if you have hot air coming from the vents. Now, we've made a specific video on this topic where we talk about this in detail. I'll leave a link in the corner so you can take a look. In short, what you can do without any tools and without much knowledge around cars is to first check if the AC compressor kicks in, if it starts working. That is very simple to do. So start the engine. Let it run for a bit, and then turn on the AC system. On these manual climate controls on the Skoda, you have to turn on the fan first and then press the AC button. Like this. And you can't hear this, but a good sign that the compressor is working is that the engine bogs down a bit and the revs slightly go down, because the engine is under load from the compressor, and this is one sign that the compressor is working. Of course, before you start, make sure that the climate control on your car is set properly. This is a very simple manual climate control, but the basic principle is the same even for these modern digital climate controls. All in all, make sure that the temperature is on cold, make sure the blower is on, and most importantly, make sure that the AC compressor is turned on. On most climate controls, you have a button dedicated for this. Here you can see when the button shines, the climate compressor is on. And of course, there's the airflow direction. Best set it so it flows through the center vents here, you can get a good idea of how the climate control works, both regarding the airflow and how cold the air is. If you've noticed that the AC compressor isn't engaging and that it isn't turned on, there are a couple of simple things you can check under the hood in the vicinity of the AC compressor. The first is the AC compressor pulley right down there. So since you're going to do this, when the engine is turned on, just be careful, turn on the engine and see if the whole pulley rotates. On the majority of cars, the pulley system is such that when the AC compressor is engaged, the whole pulley turns. And when it's turned off, only the outer part of the pulley turns. And the center part is still. So, on most cars, when you turn on the AC, the whole pulley turns. And when you turn it off, the center part is still. I must mention that on some cars, like on my Skoda, making the pulley check may be a bit confusing since they have a different type of clutch, so it's basically the same when the AC system is turned off or on. The pulley behaves the same. But again, on the majority of cars, you can make this difference, so make this check nevertheless. While you're at it, also check the serpentine belt. If you see that the edges of the serpentine belt are frayed, damaged, if you see that the ribs of the belt are cracked, and everything else, if you see that it's in bad condition, change it, not only because of the AC system, but because of the alternator and other appliances. Also, if you have a bad serpentine belt, when the AC compressor is under load, it may slip, and this may cause a weaker AC system effect. Another simple check you can do if the AC compressor is not engaging is to check the electric connection to the compressor. You can do this provided you have access to the AC compressor, which is not the case on many cars, but if you do, it's worth the check. Check the plastic connector to it, check the wires, check for filth, corrosion, if the wires are broken perhaps. This can be the cause of problems and it is easy to solve. Next thing you should check is the AC fan. On most cars, soon after you turn on the AC compressor, you'll hear the fan working. It will work a bit and then it will stop. But if it starts working when you start the AC, that's a good sign. If you don't see it working at all, that's a bad sign and a sign that you have a problem. Another check is the AC condenser. That looks like a smaller radiator located in front of the car's coolant radiator. Check, if you can, for any kinds of anomalies. Mainly check for clogs if it's full of dirt, insects, grit of some kind. Be sure to clean it and get a situation like this one where everything is clean. Also, if you notice any traces of refrigerant leaks or something like that, then you may have a problem with the AC condenser. Now, dear viewers, if you conclude that everything is okay, so that the airflow is okay, the blower is working, the serpentine belt is fine, the AC compressor turns on, the condenser is fine, all in all, you don't see any kind of anomalies. The next thing you should consider is, when is the last time you did a refill of the refrigerant in the system? This is, besides the cabin filter, the most common cause of hot air blowing from the vents instead of cold. If you haven't done a refill in the last 2 or 3 years, I would highly recommend to check it. There are 2 ways you can do this. You can go and visit a professional. Most mechanic shops have the device that does this. The device is simply connected to the car's AC system. You have these ports right here and another port right there. They connect the machine and it refills the refrigerant, it checks for leaks, and it disinfects the whole system. Of course, you can refill the refrigerant on your own, but at least in my country, the price of professionals doing it is cheaper than doing it in a DIY manner. Do what suits you best. All in all, make sure that there is enough refrigerant in the system. Now there's one more way how you can see if the refrigerant level is low. It's a bit of a hack. I would advise to use a gauge, but if you don't have any tools, then you can find the pipes that enter the evaporator. inside the passenger cabin. So these pipes that you see here and all around the engine bay go into the evaporator. Hope you can see this because on the Skoda the airbox is a bit big. So you have these two pipes right here. With these checks, dear viewers, you'll be able to, if not solve the problem, then at least get a good overview of what's going on. And needless to say, how good and useful this is in terms of predicting costs of repairs, time of repair, the costs of labor. All in all, very useful thing to do. And this is one more occasion where I would like to say knowing a thing or two about your car comes in very useful and can oftentimes save you a lot of money and time. And above all, nerves. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your time. And hopefully we'll see you in the next video.